There we are. We're live again. Third time's the charm. So it's interesting that no matter how advanced technology gets, step one is always shut everything down and restart it.
Shut it down, restart.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what we were talking about. We were talking about the YouTube channel and how we
Yep.
do these lives, and you're not getting hit a lot on those, and I'm not either. Now I have a bunch of our last 3 or 4 sessions that I haven't even uploaded onto my channel yet, and that just has everything to do with my daily capacity to do things. But when I went through that time to take all the transcripts, I created a new thumbnail, did a new description based on the transcript, and did some keywords
hmm
that changed the activity of all my old sessions to the new sessions. So I think that definitely has something to do with it. But then I asked you, I'm using we've talked in the past about using OpenClaw, and I'm
hmm
wondering if you're using Claude Code.
I have not used it. I mean, I've played with it, but I'm not like consistently using it for anything, which, that's I should be because it's like wildly powerful.
It
Every time I
is
get in there, it's like I go down this rabbit hole and I will lose hours and I know I'm like, okay, I just need to commit to like one thing. I'm a really good starter, right? So it's like I go in, have all these projects. I'm like, okay, I gotta put my blinders on here and like focus on my needle movers. But yeah, I need to be a
well,
little bit more diligent about it.
I bring that up because I was using OpenClaw, and that works really really well. But there are different, there are tools in a toolbox,
hmm
and so I'm still using OpenClaw. My agent's persona is Alfred, and he's an executor. He's the one that does things that you can't do inside of OpenClaw. But I've made, excuse me, that you can't do inside of Claude Code. Now,
Right.
Claude Code, I have a Brett Command Operations Center, COC,
Mm,
kind of a command and control.
yeah.
And I've evolved into this because it's turned into a single brain. You've heard the term the second brain.
Yep.
Okay, so what I've done is it's a hierarchy of everything I'm doing, and I'm using Obsidian to create my own wiki
Yep.
notes that attach to everything. And so I keep on feeding the machine with just text information, just the information. I'm limiting it to the files. It can review files and it can put the information. It can create a summary and put the information. But I'm downloading all of the stuff that I'm doing into this second brain. And at the same time, I have all these projects that are open, both professionally and personally, segmented into Claude Code.
Okay.
So most of my day, and I'm running that on my Mac Mini that I have at home. That's just a dedicated AI machine.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if you knew this because I didn't know this. Did you know that Chrome has a remote desktop feature built into it? Oh,
Not off the top of my head, but
me neither.
I
Didn't know
may
that.
have.
But you can go to remotedesktop.google.com
Okay.
and you can set up a remote desktop feature for any of your computers. So I can access my Mac Mini no matter where I'm at as long as I have an internet connection.
Okay.
So I'm able to fire up Claude Code and it just runs things into the background. So the reason why I bring that up, I've discovered, and I'm working on this now, and I didn't discover it. I discovered it by discovering somebody who discovered it. And then I'm just gonna, rip off and duplicate.
Yeah,
And it's not really rip off and duplicate if they put it on YouTube.
that's the
So
point.
that's the whole point of YouTube. So my new project, because it can now it can edit the videos. So if you remember my idea 2 years ago about, oh my
Yep.
gosh, I'm going to do this, and this, and it wasn't possible because at the time you would have to embed NAN or Zapier or
Right.
some sort of automation framework tool. You don't have to do that anymore. So Now you just have a project, you create skills within Claude Code, and you create some automations, and you just fire it, and it'll just get it done. It's
I love
absolutely
that.
wild. So it's pretty cool, though, I
So
must say.
your command and control centers through Cloud Code. So it's like a visual layout of like the hierarchy of your team, like projects, the work. Um,
Allow
I
me to
need
show you.
to, yeah, let's do that.
So I got a remote into, even though my mini's like right here, I got a remote into it because it's headless. And and I didn't think that the remote desktop was going to be all that great. It's really great. Like
Really?
I wouldn't. I was using a service called Tail. What is it? Tailspin or something like that. And that was the first way I got it connected into it. But now, and I was using the Mac feature to share over my own home network.
Yeah,
But I just do it now in the browser. Everything.
way better.
Yeah, way better. Okay, so let me share my screen. Let's get your image back into here. Okay, so this is actually, let me open up Obsidian.
I'm
So
using
this is my
Obsidian
brain.
too.
This is
Yeah,
my second brain right here. Everything's
fan.
connected by wikis. And when you go into, let me close that back down because I am in a window. So you have Brett COC. This is the top rule for Claude, my Obsidian archives. And everything it does, it's connected into Obsidian. So anything I feed into it is automatically going to go into the Obsidian, and it's fully customizable. I have my to-do list right here that just opens up, and I'm still playing with it. It's still
Yeah,
evolving,
love it.
but where I was, I envision what I'm doing here. I'm putting together this event, a large event, 400 people. It's going to be at the Marriott in Florida, and I'm going to have about 30 learning sessions going on a single day with 4 different tracks and like 7 different rooms. So I had to build up the track, and something like that's pretty difficult to do from a
Yeah,
manual standpoint. Not that difficult if you know how to use it. AI is a tool, and so that saying that everybody's heard is that AI is not going to take your job. It's the person who actually adopts AI that's going to take your job. That
right.
sounds very cliche, but it's very real, and I'm seeing it. It has made
Yeah,
me so much more efficient. Now, I'll give you an example. I have 38 sessions in a spreadsheet in a row. I have all the columns, and then I have rows, and it's a mess. It was a mess. The session numbers were a mess. The Whether they were confirmed or not were a mess. The titles, some of them were panels, some of them were workshops. I designed everything as a workshop description. So when I switched it over to a panel, you have to update the the description. And I was going to do that row by row, and that was going to take me all day. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do that.
yeah,
So I created a project. I put all there's nothing, there's nothing private. It's on my own server. The reason why I have it on my Mac Mini is because of I don't know what the concern is with privacy with encryption, but I know that it's probably more secure having the server at my house
yeah.
than somewhere in between. And I think Google's probably a pretty secure platform to remote desktop through. Probably more secure than what I would imagine anything on planet Earth. So I've been working on it, and it works things in the background. So I'll have multiple projects going on. The Semper Ruck app, the all of these things. So I built it into one command flow. Because what I used to do is before I had Brett COC, I had all these separate projects going. So I'd have to get to a point, close one, open another, and I'm closing and opening, closing and opening. And I
Right.
was the one who was the switch.
Yeah.
So there's this guy. and I'll just give props where props are due. His name's Nate Herc. He has this big school community because I'm dabbling into the whole security community that
Yeah.
close, and he has the largest AI school on school, like 300,000 members or something ridiculous like
Mm,
that. And he was the one that actually had the idea, and he put a video on it to just put everything under one one folder and then build out the subfolders that way, so you can operate, you can, instead of, you're actually operating inside of Claude Code as
right.
your main operation platform.
Okay.
So it's it's added a level of efficiency that I didn't
Right.
have a month ago.
Yeah. I like that architecture because it's like the the fragmented nature of like the projects and stuff like that can like to be able to feed back into Obsidian. A big fan of Obsidian, that the second brain as well. But I like that architecture because it just, I mean, it just flows and makes sense to like be able to manage all of the concurrent, projects and tasks and things that you're working on. Um, I think that's exactly what I need because like I was touching on earlier, like, I get an idea, and because of AI, I can start it like instantly, have be 80% there, and then, I'm distracted by the next thing, with entrepreneurial ADHD. You're like, okay, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So it's
Yeah,
all right, how do I effectively manage, all of this stuff ongoing and bring things to completion without, starting, having to come back. It's that like the context switching, um, you know, that can eat up so much time day to day.
yeah,
So I, I
yeah,
I love that, dude.
yeah.
Appreciate you sharing
So
it.
well, finally, I get to share something with you as it relates to AI. Like, you're the one that got me down this road. We've talked about that, how that conversation we had about Chat GPT when it first
It
came
was
out.
it wasn't long ago that you were wanting to do a lot of that stuff with the VA. I was like, dude, I was like, this is
Yeah,
perfect for you.
and this is
The Brett brain and this together, just boom.
so. Check this out. It's a project manager.
Hmm.
Just this morning, I put it up onto ClickUp, and I'm imagining with your coaching, you're doing a lot of Zoom calls and
Yeah.
such. It's really hard when you're doing a lot of virtual meetings to keep everything straight. You can only keep notes so much. So check
Right.
this out. I have for my personal stuff, I have and I'll do it with this session, because what we're doing is we're recording it and we're getting a transcription on it. I will actually copy the whole transcription, and I'm going to put it into Claude, copy and paste. I'm not going to turn it into a file because files take up bandwidth. I'm going to take it as text, and I'm just going to put it into it, and then it's going to summarize it, and it's going to throw it into my second brain. And I'm doing that with pretty much everything that I'm doing. I'm literally working on a go forward basis
Yeah.
of putting it into it, because it remembers everything. And with Obsidian, it has all those wikis. It just remembers stuff that I don't. And then so with ClickUp, I have this markdown file that it created for, that's called Now, and that's my daily
Mhm.
to-do list. But I have to go into the markdown file and access it.
Okay.
And with Claude, I could, in 30 minutes, I can ask it to create me an app that I can access on my iPhone. That's my daily to-do list. Very simple. Like technology is no longer a barrier. If you have an idea of
Yeah.
what you want, it'll create it for you. You just need to understanding. I know that you know this. You just need to have an understanding of APIs. You just need to have a basic understanding of how things work. And there's technology is no longer a
Yeah.
barrier. Wait until I show you the Semper app. It's it's wild. In fact, I could probably send that to you today because I just got it up onto test flight with Apple. So I should probably be able
Okay.
to send that to you, and you can actually join that. But anyways, going back to this. So I have this ability now that I'm just feeding raw ones and zeros into Claude Code as text, and my second brain, and it's keeping everything organized, and it's keeping me as a project manager. So anything that's in the text that I've committed to, it's
Hmm.
going to put it into a project, and it's going to put it into my workflow, and it's going to rank it and remind me now on ClickUp. I haven't dialed that in yet, but I know that you use ClickUp. Um, but that's how I'm doing it. So this is a artificial intelligence driven project manager, second brain, assistant, EA. It's an EA
Hmm.
because it has the ability to draft things through my, not through my, my job, but definitely for things that I do
All
um
right.
with my Gmail and such. It's wild.
I love it, man. Love it. Um, I mean, I know ClickUp is pretty well connected. And I'm always a big like try to not recreate, quality products and stuff. But I find myself like, often like trying to eliminate certain things, tools, stuff like that. Just because it is so easy. Like you're like, if you have an idea, you can whip stuff up. But have you seen like the folks that are like, um, just taking with the Fable 5, like just taking like the softwares that they're using and just like, hey, make this for me type of flow.
I think you're more connected in that world than I am. My area is really, I'm not talking to a whole lot of people that are doing what I'm doing. In fact, the people that I'm talking to, number one, wouldn't probably understand what I'm doing, and when they saw it
Right.
they'd think it would be magic. I'm in the real estate space,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
so, but here's what I do know when it comes to Fable 5. It's They've extended that beta test for those who are on a plan.
Hmm.
Was it a max plan? And I'll tell you, that's the best $100 I'm spending each month. Now, it cost me 3 grand in trial and error to get to this point, but the ROI that I'm getting now to where I'm at this point for $100 a month,
Right.
even if I upgrade to the $200 a month, that that research and development investment is
Right.
going to break even rapidly. Like the amount of productivity time that I'm getting based on, say, what I anticipate my daily hourly rate, my hourly rate is, I'm going to have that R&D break even point like yesterday.
Yeah. Right.
So, um, but I mean, Opus can do that. Now Fable is going to probably be able to do that faster and better, but it's also
Right.
like, you're going to burn through tokens like really fast once it gets out of that beta
Yeah.
part. So right now,
That's
if
a
you do it with that, with them extending the trial to the 12th, there's my understanding is that you're still paying for Fable based on a pricing of Opus.
right.
So when when the when the current pricing hits, I would imagine that not a lot of people. I mean, people are probably using that just for conversations, and I would imagine that that's going
Yeah.
to change things.
Like, oh, wait a minute, that chat just took.
But I'll,
Yeah.
I'll use it based on the project,
Yeah.
like the Semper Ruck app that I have. I have an AI persona chat called Gunny that just analyzes workouts in a
Gunny.
gunny tone, analyzes your workouts, and
It's a good
talks to you about
persona.
your diet and such. Yeah.
I love that.
Here, let
So
me
you've
see if I
been.
can see if you can see it on the camera.
So what's that? The like. Oh, bro, it's like Strava.
Let me go into one of my, yeah, and so
That is so clean.
and then you have Gunny in here. He's a So that's the gunny chat.
I freaking love it, dude. Thoroughly impressive.
Yeah, it's wild. The things that you can do with what we got. It's just it's wild.
Right? You're like,
So
I mean,
here's what I think that here's what I believe the capacity is. We will be able to take these videos, take the transcript, throw it into Quad Code. It's going to bank it into our memory. You're going to
hmm
be able to take any of your coaching calls, bank that into the memory, and it's going to extract anything that you said that you're going to do and keep track of everything that they said that they're going to do.
right.
And it's going to be able to keep those files done. You're going to be able to take this raw video, put it in there, run a video editing skill, and it's going to go through and going to take out all the filter words. It's going to find the times to cut it. It's going to add B footage. It's going to add, the different graphics on it. And taking a coin from you is good enough.
Good is good
And
enough. Yeah.
it's going to eliminate editing time by a factor of 90%.
I have Claude Skill right now and it's pretty well functioning. It's connecting Fat Home, Descript, and I. Funny enough, right before this, I just had to yell at my VA like for the final time. Like the last time, I was like, for the last 2 weeks, I'm like, I do not want to replace you with AI, but this is ridiculous. Like I just pumped out 5 videos. Like not doing your end of day reports and your daily check-ins is it's not acceptable.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I'm fighting really hard to keep you on the payroll here.
It's like you're a restaurant owner.
Yeah. This is I was like, oh God, please help me help you. Like
Yeah.
I'm dying here. Like
I don't in my day-to-day life, I don't there are going to be some specialty things. Like I have to go through some videos and I have to have either myself or a person switch out, do an overlay on a panel screen. That's it.
yeah.
That's not something that I figured out how I can do with. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to try it. But as of right now, I think it needs man hours. And aside from that specialty stuff, you're the one that put me onto this instead of doing a VA. And anything administrative that has to do with punching keys,
Yeah.
I don't see it. Don't see the reason.
Yep. It's I have a big bold on my whiteboard. No new employees.
Wait, you have to remind yourself of that.
Yeah,
Just look at your
well, because
checkbook.
I'm like, well, I have this like, I've always been in this thought process, like, is to like grow, you need people, right? Like
No,
if,
you need intelligence.
yeah,
You need output.
yes,
Now, if you were a farmer, that would be true until you bought them, until Elon drops these Optimus robots,
so you got the
and then
robots,
that becomes not true.
yeah,
Um, I mean, manual labor is even on its way out. And, if they hit the market for like what he says around the $20,000 mark,
right,
like any employee that's getting paid, like I mean, it's almost like warehouse workers. You'll make up
yeah,
your investment on that in what, maybe a quarter.
right. And you look at like the like California like minimum wage for like fast food workers and stuff. Like, I mean, didn't they set it something like crazy? It's like $22 an hour or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
And Elon opened a burger joint, a Tesla burger joint with a bunch of superchargers in LA. And
hmm
Optimus, my understanding is that the Optimus robots are working there. So
Yep.
seems pretty cool.
Pretty exciting, man.
Yeah.
I
So the
folks like ourselves
the
are posed to do really well in this type of environment where a lot of people aren't.
Oh, so the other tool I'm using is vidIQ. Are you using vidIQ?
I have not used that. I'm familiar with it, but
Okay, so vidIQ is going to take your, because you're streaming this live on YouTube. So you
yeah.
can take vidIQ and it's going to analyze everything for you. It now has the ability to take an AI, take what we're doing here, take my face, take your face, and it will create an actual thumbnail for you
Mm,
and post it. So this is something new, something that was probably my largest barrier to getting all the videos updated was the thumbnail creation. But it will
right.
also do the description, and it also does the keyword search. So and in fact, I'm gonna take the transcript of this and feed this into Claude Code. So I'm going to have to go in and make sure that I can, one of my to do items is I need to check vidIQ and connect it to Claude Code so I can um, have it edit or audit all of my YouTube channels. So the fact that I just said that and it's going to go into the transcript and then that transcript's going to go into the brain,
Give you your
it's going
action
to hit onto
item.
my to do list. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Right, yeah, for sure.
And that's what I do with any call that I'm on nowadays. And there's a guardrail on there, so it doesn't take any, if we're talking about finances or something like that, something that's more of a personal nature that shouldn't be there. I don't put in there, but it
Right.
does remember anniversaries, birthdays, favorite colors, and such because it actually has a persona on you because you're in my contact list. So like
Made the cut.
anytime that you give me some sort of data point that would be relevant in the my contact data point for like
Yeah.
nurturing. Now you and I are good friends, so um, it relates to you, but not really. But for clients and people who are that you're trying to work with, it,
Yeah.
it remembers those small little nuances that you don't. And so I could pull up a whole like dossier on, like, I have this meeting with Luke. What do I need
Right.
to know? And I like, it's like the CIA. He's 5 foot. He's like 6 foot tall.
That's
Hammer it
awesome.
out.
Yeah. I love that,
It's
dude.
wild. So I'll keep you updated on it. But the tech stack that I'm using VS Code to run
Yep.
Claude Code on it, and that's the major thing. I'm using Obsidian as the back end. So if you had VS Code tied into Claude Code using Obsidian, you have everything that you need for your second brain,
Yeah. That's that's the deal there, man.
and it's
Off
cheap.
to the races. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheap. All right, man. We're time. So good talking to you.
Rock and roll.
Talk to you next week. Bye.
Adios, my friend.